Good morning. It's Atmadarshan once again. And I'm leaving a little gap here because I got some great feedback from one of you that no matter when they tune in, how early, it seems they missed the first little bit. So hopefully, now that I've said that, you've all had time to catch up. Feel free to put comments, feedback in the comments section. Okay. It is New Year's Eve. And it's a time when we look back and look forward, when we reflect. Was last year a good year? Is this next year going to be a good year? And what the Bhagavad Gita teaches us is our perception of good or bad is really largely based on our thoughts and is where we put our attention, where we put our awareness. So in chapter 10, Arjun, the soldier, is asking his best friend and spiritual advisor, Krishna, to describe himself. He says, Krishna, I want to know all about you. You're my best friend, but somehow I feel I don't completely know you yet. And Krishna starts to give a litany of his qualities. And he says things like, if I were a mountain, I would be the mountain that's in the center of the universe that the gods live on. If I were a soldier fighting in this war, I would be the god of war himself fighting. Now, don't get me wrong, Krishna also says things like, I can be cowardice in the cowardly, I can be the tendency to cheat amongst gamblers. But he only really says a couple things like that. He focuses not just on his good qualities, but on his superior qualities. And I think a lot of us don't do that about ourselves, about our lives. So today, I'm dedicating this practice, by the way, to Oliver, the yoga cat. And if you follow me on social media at all, you'll see pictures of him because I can assure you he thinks of himself as nothing less than superior. And it's a really good lesson to learn. When I describe myself, I find it hard to see the stellar, and you might too. Today, as we practice and meditate, I invite you to reflect upon what is superior in you. And it doesn't have to be something you think would win a prize or a trophy. It's, you know, if you've been coming to this regularly, you have superior commitment and willpower, a lot more than many people you probably know. Yes? If you are a pet parent yourself, you might consider yourself to be an excellent pet parent, and you probably are. So think about that today because, especially with the new year coming, you can apply it to how you think about your life, your time on this earth. And in the comments or in my description, excuse me, of this video, there's a link to our blog page. And you can look at the one for December 29th. It's all about how you can apply the thinking of chapter 10 toward the old year that's passing and the new year that's coming so that you have a superior new year as your superior self. Okay, it's time to practice. We'll be doing the one round of the tree pose. And then we'll just kind of go into the meditation because there's no special mudra today. If you know any mudras, think of how excellent you are compared to many people who don't know the importance of how they place their bodies, how it affects their consciousness. So when we get to the meditation, contemplate how you are, in fact, superb. All right, let's start. come into position for your meditative practice, contemplating how superb you are. and come back to the world. Know that you have a special place in this world. How will you tell your own story? That's a challenge, and I invite you to take it on, not just for today, but for the year ahead. And speaking of the year ahead, see you tomorrow, 2024. Till then.